You know, the frame of how we frame things. He came into my spirit. I said I date younger women. He didn't like it, and he was giving me attitude. And I know a buck. Like, you got a hard time with girls, man. Back off. I've dated a lot of younger women. And is it because I'm rich? I'm just a pensioner. I'm building a business. I know what's wrong with the world. I'm getting ideas. I'm a spiritual man. I'm not a atheist, but I'm not a Christian, and I'm not a Muslim, and I'm not a Hindu. I'm just a man of the world. I've traveled. I listen to people. I make my life interesting for other women that are trying to make a future for themselves. Not to look for. There's more than looks in a woman. It's very deceptive. But, you know, the judgments of right and wrong and your hang ups. First of all, as you get older, you're looking at being happy. So, Jorgen Peterson, you're right off my camp. You haven't got there yet. You'll start to realize after you've had a near death experience. A few ones. I've had some very close calls. The present moment is what counts. So I learned a lot of things on a psychology of positivity, not getting ahead and being the top dog. That's what's wrong with our society. My father was World War One vet, so I talked to warriors, military. They want to talk to me. Yeah, soldiers, police officers, World War One. He was a sergeant in the armed forces. Has been in Kandahar. Man, my father was old. He was in Korea. That's young. He was World War One, so he was an older man. He married an Australian army nurse, and I'm a result of it. I had to put up with things like maybe you're defective because your parents were so, your father was so old. Yeah, they had those problems. They said maybe we shouldn't have had you. Your psychologist said that, and that's when I started to really friggin' hate that sort of psychology of judgment. I started looking at that's not a psychology I like. I don't like a judgment system. I like a positive psychology of a new humanitarian psychology. Reading Huxley's Grave New World is what they're trying to create. This utopia that doesn't exist. What's Grave New World? Everybody looks the same. It's perfect. But nothing's perfect. There's always ebbs and flows of life. But I'll tell you something I noticed. Society's got too many friggin' crossroads. Social media is a platform that's getting too many opinions and swaying you every which way, back and forth. So one thing I've learned is core values. What are your core values? And will they serve you and will they make you happy? My core values is environmentalism, reduction of fossil fuels. So I'm leaving Canada, but I'm studying at business. I'm not anti-business. I'm pro-business, a renewable sector, improving the music system to get back into vinyl in Australia. I hate that streaming. I think it went crap. I really do. More. Well, I read Economics, and that's the problem. The more growth society. Yeah, growth is fine. Cancer's not fine. We got cancer. We got a cancer fossil fuel economy, and Jorgen Peterson's a cancer. And we can't get that cancer out of YouTube. Every time I go on there, I got Jorgen Peterson. Every time I look up on something on Reiki, I got Dorian Virtue or I got Sadhguru. I know what I like, and I follow what I like. Know thyself, figure yourself out, and quit listening to all this garbage. Because it's too many crossroads in life. I've had enough crossroads, and what was causing the crossroads was listening to social values that weren't resonating with me. Became a communist for one time to explore what the hell's wrong with capitalism. Elitism was bugging me. Who the hell's an elitist? And then you get against feudalism and elitism, and then you get into totalitarian communism. So that threw me off. I kept on exploring, kept on learning. I started reading Transcendental Economics. Henry David Thoreau, very simplified. And everybody's a teacher. My friend is more intelligent because he figures things out because he's Down syndrome. Is that a disability? It's the way you value things. He's happy. So he's obtained the happiness that everybody's working to get. This couch I don't like, it's too big. I want another couch. That takes money. And it's hard to live with an inflated economy, and I blame it on social media. I'd blame it on .com bubbles. I'd blame it on the selling and the debt cycles that we've been getting. But as far as women go, I have a right to date anybody that is of legal age, and maturity is not age. I meet some very mature women in their 20s, and that's so wrong for a man my age. I was dating a 36-year-old, and he thought I was sick. She's a damn good-looking chick. But I started talking about Ronnie Wood, and she says, that's friggin' sick with Sally. Oh, hell, he's a young guy. Sally's a lot younger. Like, age is skin deep. Color skin deep. There's not much. We have a very narrow, blind view of what's right and wrong. Morality. What is that? To do honest work and not hurt each other. Well, I'd say fossil fuels are hurting our planet. I'd say the stories Jordan Peterson spinning is hurting humanity and women's rights. I believe in freedom, but I don't believe in stepping on everybody's toes. I don't like Jordan Peterson. And I really can't seem to block him. I block him and block him and block him with ad blocker and everything. And he's popping back in like a dirty rat. Now, I don't like it, okay? I have a right to say I'm not hating him. I don't like Dorian Virtue's rants. And I know what I'm like. And I believe in happiness. And that's the first freaking kicker that I don't like about Jordan Peterson. He's a capitalist that is of the old order, and I'm new order of a happier world. Of a happier world. Not a world of getting ahead, but a world of building an economy where people get up on top of each other and working together in unity, not hating women and not being a douchebag. And he fits the whole gamut of douchebags, fascists. I've never been that conservative. I thought Thatcher's death was good. Honora Margaret Thatcher. I like a liberal system. But I don't like neoliberal because it's falling on fossil fuels and it's done some mistakes. It's done mistakes. It sounds good. Bring all the immigrants in. This sounded good. Do I hate immigrants? No, but I understand why people hate them. Education should be done online. Education should be smaller classrooms and not bunches of garbage like Jordan Peterson. Good teaching that is very open-minded. And teaching about life's values, happiness, a spiritual balance in life. There's nothing spiritual about a rat like him. He's a disgusting piece of manure. Listen, I've shoveled horse shit for all my life, and I relate him to horse shit. And what's filling up YouTube is Jordan Peterson. Why did Joni Mitchell and Neil Young went off YouTube and all these sites? Because of this garbage. Okay? I don't like garbage. I got garbage in here. It's canned food and junk because the economy is so high. I have to work at 68. But is that bad? I do what I want to do. And I work for me. And no one tells me how to change. I am me, but I'm adapting to what's right. I'm following a path. And I don't want to hear that idiot. I am anti-fossil fuels. I don't drive a car. I want carbon taxes. I don't like PRFL. That's why I'm leaving Canada. But I'm using what's good here. And unfortunately, it's the Liberals. And it's all spin tails and bullshit everywhere. Very angry? Right now, it's a normal way to feel. Anger drives you ahead, but let it go. I don't like Jordan Peterson. I want him to shut up and put him in jail. See, anger. I'd throw him in jail. And I'd shut him right down because he's misinforming people. He's a bad man. Jesus Christ, the Bible said, Judith, this is a good man. Jesus said, you see it the eyes of the mind, I see it the eyes of the heart. So that's the difference between douchebag Peterson and me. I feel things. I love feeling things. I love being alive. And as the older I get, the more I'm awake. Not woke, wake. So I hate progressive conservatives and right-wing fascism that stays the old order of keeping fossil fuels in. That's why I'm getting Australian values and studying economics of Australia. Because I'm getting a credit score. Australia doesn't have the debt rate, and Canada's following the U.S. model, and I wouldn't follow the U.S. model. Why? Because it's broke. And, I look at what the value is behind everything. Oh, I got no water in this damn thing. See? I can't think. Trying to have a coffee, and I got no water in it. But I hate conservatives. Because they're not conservatives. I like conservatives that's fiscally economic and makes common sense. They're just oil mongers. Attached to the banking, broken systems. So how do I come up with this opinion? Or is it a fact? I'll tell you how I come to this fact. Heisenberg's end of growth was a foundation of economic understanding. Warren Buffett. I listen to him, he's an old boy. But I don't go and say, the people don't know anything. Warren Buffett knows a hell of a lot about economics, and he says I say it's an inflationary market system. I wouldn't invest in it. I'd use a blockchain to buy gold. But I wouldn't use it to inflate the market. It'd be a big shit. And that's all he's talking about, being a man. Sometimes a man has to be humble. And I don't like Jordan. He's a part of the manosphere that has to die to make the new order come in. And it will be a woman probably running this world. It's powerful. And that's why I'm against Jordan Peterson. He's not the usher of the new age. He's an usher of an old economy paid by Exxon and a bunch of dirty bags that we're paying taxes to. That's why I'm leaving Canada, because I don't want to pay Alberta for fossil fuels. I don't want to pay into things I don't believe in. What do you believe in, Greg? A future for the planet, children, a healthy economy that is changing and adapting to this broken economy, living on fossil bag shit. And you got to be gay to admit this. I'd rather listen to gay men than I would douchebags like Peterson. Up his. Oh yeah, double is. Up both of them. Because he's an idiot and he's a yuppie. I'm older and he should shut the frig up. Because I can't stand his bullshit. I'm up for women's rights. I always have been. I was a Marxist. I changed. But I looked at the whole system. I've explored, and I don't spin tails. I'm a straight shooter. I hate Peterson. And professors are dropping their tenureship at that douchebag university with him running there. He got in because and he wrote a thing about the way they asked him to leave and end his tenureship because he's too friggin' political. Politics is not to manipulate. No, psychology is not to manipulate. And come up with your own freaking ideas. Now, there's a bitch on here that I don't like. She's blonde, her hair is wacky, and she's a crazy friggin' psycho babbler. She's not a good therapist. Don't listen to her. Nothing free in life. Go hire a good therapist and trust your instincts not to listen to a bitch like that running down sexuality or drinking or anything. I drink. So shut up, Peterson. I'm sick of temperance. Shut up, and with all your ideas and your stupid fucking ways, up yours. I hate Canada because of you. You. I hate Canada because of the tar sands and the fossil fuel empire. I like Canada to be going into grassroots economy and farming because I don't like big agriculture, and I listen to that garbage. I like organic agriculture. And I like 10 acres is enough. So I go back to some of the older orders of things that I can see is wrong with our society. So I'm open-minded, but I'm sure not open-minded to a jerk like Peterson. And I'm questioning why live on YouTube. Why live on YouTube with douchebags like Peterson? Sade Guru is not a guru. He's a fake. And Dorian Bitch, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you with your fundamentalism. I left that behind. That's in the toilet. I don't listen to that. And I'm not Catholic. I'm multi-faith. So go away. And I'm stand for Israel.